ഞാൻ കടത്തനാട് കളിസംഘത്തിലെ രാഘവൻ ഗുരുക്കളുടെ ഭാര്യയാണ്. 7ാം വയസ്സിൽ കളിയിൽ വന്നു. ഇപ്പോൾ 75 വയസ്സായി. ഇപ്പോഴും കളിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ ഞാനൊരു മലയാളിയായതുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവുകയില്ല. എൻ്റെ പകരമായിട്ട് എൻ്റെ കൊച്ചുമകൾ വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. അവൾ നിങ്ങളോട് സംസാരിക്കും.
Good afternoon to all. My name is Jamie Arjan and I'm a granddaughter of Meenakshi Gudkal. Behind the success of this great lady is the hands of her husband, Mr. V.P. Raghavan Gudkal, who is the founder of Kadathanad Kalari Sangam in the year 1949. It is believed that he, with the help of his mother, built the 64 feet length, 32 feet width and 6 feet depth Kuri Kalari at the year 1949. He taught thousands of students, including Meenakshi Gudkal, for 60 years, and in 2009 transferred all the responsibility in the hands of Meenakshi Gudkal, and it's been 8 years now. Srimati Meenakshi P is widely recognized as the oldest female exponent of Kalari Paitu. At the young age, she was a talented Bharatanatyam dancer. One fine day, her dance master asked her father to take her to the nearby Kalari so that she can be more flexible in her dance steps. It was the time when India just received the independence that Srimati Meenakshi P expressed her desire to learn Kalari Paitu to her father, who made a bold decision to allow her to follow her dreams. She was then enrolled to Kadathanad Kalari Sangam at the age of 7, to be trained under the strong, vibrant and powerful guru, Mr. Raghavan at that time. Being a performer at heart, she started learning Kalari Paitu along with the dance. Later on, she was asked to drop the dance by her guru so that she can concentrate more on this art form. Srimati Meenakshi P learned and taught Kalari Paitu for the past 68 years along with her guru Mr. Raghavan, when she eventually got married to the guru at a young age, and with the continuous support of her 2 sons and 2 daughters, she still carries the performance. After teaching 4 generations and thousands of students, even after the loss of her husband, she still maintains the age-old practice of imparting the knowledge for free to anyone willing to put their heart for this art. Srimati Meenakshi displayed the talents of herself and her students in various locations, mainly temples, with the aim of keeping this ancient Kalari Paitu alive. It was believed that Bodhidharma has taken this Kalari Paitu to the different world, and then he introduced this all Kung Fu and Karate from this art form. The most noted of them being the Tacholi Manikot temple, which had ancient relation with the Kalari Paitu and which has deep root in Kadathanad and Kalari. Observing her talent and passion towards the form of martial art, more females started showing interest in Kalari Paitu. She has been more than happy to teach female students on how to defend themselves and to follow the female students of different ages and from different walks of life has increased over the past few years with the help of the social media. Due to the power of the social media, she was invited to the INK conference in Goa to display her abilities and to talk about the passion for Kalari Paitu. Then she has received Sarthak Nari Award, a Woman Achievers Award for excellence in the field of martial art. In March 30, 2017, she received the 4th Civilian Award, that is the Padma Shri, as the under the category of unsung heroes, as the only female at the age of 75 practicing and teaching Kalari Paitu. Now, let me invite Mr. Sajal Kumar, beloved student, and Meenakshi Gudkal for performing Katyari. Katyari is a 12-span stick, ideally measures from the forehead to the toe. The stick is used from the both sides. The right hand holding the stick is called the Amaram side, while the left hand holding the stick is the Muna side. The stick must be sliding in between both hands without losing the contact with the stick. The student starting fight from the east side will learn how to defend and to be aimed to various parts of his body, while on the other side, the movements useful for this, it's used to loosen the wrist and it gives flexibility to the legs. So let me invite her to show this in front of you. Kalaripayattu is the peculiar and the traditional form of martial art that prevailed in the Kerala region from the time immemorial. A true Gurukul should be patient, provident, and should know all the remedial counteraction. He should combine both the destructive and persuasive elements in him, blended in a perfectly balanced manner. The art combines three prominent features. That is which differentiate between the other forms of martial arts. It is a means of a self-defense and a physical competence, the spiritual, cultural, and artistic aspects. And one of the main differences is that we have our own medical system. The Kalari has its own mode of medical treatment to Ayurveda, which consists of treatments like Uruchal, Sugachitsa, for making the marmas or the vital part of the human body active. Technically speaking, whatever may be the styles, the total scheme of the study under Kalaripayattu can conventionally be divided into four major stages. The first stage is the Meipayattu. It is the first and the basic stage of instruction. It concentrates more on the health and physical competence with better reflexes and concentration. Postures or Vadivu is divided in some of the major things are Ashwadivu, the horse posture, Gajavadivu, the elephant posture, Simhavadivu, the lion, Kukudavadivu, the cock, the Varaha, the pig, and the Naga, the serpent. Students apply medicinal oils on the body and wear a long kacha that tightly covers the lower abdominal and groin region of the body. One of the ultimate objectives of the Meipayattu is to reach such superlative degree of reflexes that the student's may or body itself is transformed into the eye, and it is also increases the flexibility and the stretchability of the body. Koltari, the second stage, which involves fighting with sticks of various sizes like Muchan, Kattukari, and Ottakol. The Muchan is a stick with a 3 span, and Katyari is what we have seen, and the Ottakol. The Ottakol is the most important and advanced lessons of Koltari. It is believed that the forefathers and ancient gurus have formulated the fighting sequence of Ottakolu, termed as Ottapaitha, by observing the fight of the Ottayan, that is the lonely solitary elephant in the jungle, with the lion. The Ottakol reminds the movement of the trunk and tusk of an elephant in fight, and the Muchan stick reminds the movement of the lion. Angatari. The stage involves the fighting techniques, weapon training using sharp weapons like daggers, sword, spear, and urmi. Items like sword and shield, Marapidicha Kundam, are major parts of this stage. Next is the Varumkai, that is the bare-handed, most advanced lesson of Kalaripayattu. The perfection attained in the previous 3 stages enables the student to practice this technique of Varumkai, which are generally kept secret by the masters, open only for the students who have texted character and efficiency, and who also combines the qualities of a potential Gurukul. Now, the sword and the shield. They have a prominent place in Kalaripayattu, the classical martial art form of Kerala, since a royal glory had been attached to these two weapons, while the sword is used for attack and the shield is used for defense. Let me welcome Meenakshi Gurukul and her student Sajil Kumar to perform this before you. Her only advice given to all the beautiful ladies and gentlemen sitting over here is to learn some kind of sports to self-defy yourself. So let's take her life as an inspiration, as she is one who have proved that age is just a number, and it's time to start for us to do something for ourselves and the wellness of the others. Because the start is what stops in most people. And I thank you for the team for organizing such a beautiful event and for inviting us here. Thank you so much.